Today is extra special as I'm about to do something that I've never done before. I'm going on my very first hot air balloon ride right here in Cambodia. I cannot wait to see the views, share the full experience with you, break down the costs and let you know if it's really worth adding to your bucket list. This is something I've been really looking forward to, so let's get into it. Good morning Cambodia and hello from Siem Reap. Today I'm going to be experiencing something that I have never done before, and that is a hot air balloon ride. But not only a hot air balloon ride, I'm doing it here in Cambodia as we're going to fly over the Bakong Temple and watch the sunset. So it should be an incredible experience. But before we do anything, we are going to head up to the pool area, have a quick sunbathe, come back downstairs and then head out for lunch to the Old Town. I'm hopefully going to try and find a football top which I can buy too from Cambodia as I'm trying to collect them all. And then later on this evening, we will be doing that hot air balloon ride. Now it's time though to head down for breakfast and then we'll go straight up to the pool after. And we are now up here at the rooftop pool, and it's quite a nice one to be fair. So if I show you around, it's kind of like an oasis. So they've got like a sort of rock feature there at the back. They've got a pool, they've got somewhere you can sit in the pool. They've got the umbrellas up here too, which is good because a few of the rooftop pools, they've not even actually had sunbeds. So it's been quite nice to get some sunbeds. And then they've got a couple of chairs and places where you can sit over there. So I'll show you the view that you actually get from up here too. Oh, the floor's hot though. Oh, there we go. And that is the view that you get. So not that special a view, but you're not really going to get that special a view from the top of Siem Reap. It's not known for the rooftop pools and rooftop areas. It is quite warm, so it's quite nice to just sit out in the sun and relax this morning rather than be walking around all of the temples. There was only one issue this morning though, was the pool towels. So Beth went down to reception to ask if they got any pool towels, because when we came up they were all sort of either used or there was people actually on the beds, but there's no one on them now. And then basically no one came up, but they've got quite a good WhatsApp service because I just messaged them about 2 minutes later and then they came up within 2 minutes. So I suppose the WhatsApp's probably the better way of getting in contact with them. The breakfast was a bit meh again, to be honest. So I had the omelette again, but I had it with some ketchup this time to give it a bit more flavour. And then obviously we had all of the croissants and they had pancakes actually today, which was quite good. But then they didn't unfortunately have the potato croquettes, which I really wanted. Instead, they had switched them out to sweet corn. Now, who's going to have a blooming cob of sweet corn in the morning? No one. So I looked inside and no one had taken any of it. There was also some hot food that was empty for pretty much the whole time. It's really strange because everything's pretty much empty when we go down, even though there's loads of people that are down there, and they don't really fill it up unless you actually ask them to fill it up. So that is a little bit bad about the hotel, but breakfast, I can't really complain because we're paying such a low amount to stay here. The all important question now is whether the pool is hot or cold. Let's find out. Might get some premium content here. Oh, it's rather crisp. Not the warmest of pools which you've been in, definitely. Oh, it's quite cold actually, to be honest, but it's quite a nice little seating area which we are in, and we're just going to chill out for a little bit, and then hopefully at some point I'll do a length underwater because you've got to do that at every pool that you go to. Right, now it's time to do one lap underwater. I think it's going to be an easy one because the pool's no longer than 10 to 20 metres. I've already done it once, but Beth forgot to press record. As you can tell, the hair is drenched. But here we go. Let's do it again. So we spent about an hour to an hour and a half up on the rooftop pool, and now we've headed downstairs, showered, got changed, and we're heading into the Old Town. So we're going to get a tuk-tuk straight to Unistore, which is known for its football jerseys here in Siem Reap as the best shop with the best quality. So hopefully we can find a good top, because in the Old Town market, they have not been good quality at all. So let's get a tuk-tuk off grab and head over to the store. Unfortunately, unsuccessful. So they basically didn't have any Cambodia tops, which isn't ideal, but it is quite good for tops if you wanted like vintage. Inter Milan I saw, there was Al Nassr, there was all the Premier League teams too, so there is some quite good tops if you want those, but no Cambodia tops, which isn't ideal. So we're now just going to head in towards the Old Town for some food And whilst we're on the way, hopefully find somewhere which actually sells a Cambodia top that's probably not going to be as good quality. For lunch today we have come to Sister Srey, which is a nice little cafe. Beth will show you around just now, and it's actually linked to the Apopo Museum, which we went to the other day, which is all the rats which are sniffing out all of the landmines. So hopefully some of the money goes towards a nice cause. But we have ordered the food and it looks amazing. So we'll start off with Beth's actually. So she got some form of like chickpea bowl. I think it was called the Badia bowl or something. And it's got lots of different things just on the one bowl. And then I have got what is called the Big Daddy, and it looks delicious too. And it's come with hash browns, toast, spinach, eggs, mushrooms. So it's basically like a full English breakfast, but without the bacon, unfortunately. But we'll give some of it a try, shall we? So we're going to try a hash brown because we've basically eaten most of these other things somewhere else. But a hash brown with some baked beans. There's two things that we've not had yet on the vlog, so here we go. That is a very good hash brown. So the food was amazing and the Daddy's breakfast was incredible. Definitely recommend getting that if you are here, especially if you're missing out on all of the English breakfasts. But we've now got our dessert which has arrived. So we've got the M&M cookie, which is basically exactly the same as what it was in the Apopo Museum. And then Beth has ordered a Snickers dessert. So it's basically like a Snickers bar is what it's called. And it is vegan, but it looks very interesting. I'm not a massive fan of Snickers, but I'm going to try it anyway just to see whether we like it or not. Oh my God, it's more solid than I thought it was going to be. I think it might be an ice cream bar. We'll give it a try. It's ice cream bar. Oh my God, it's cold in my teeth. If you like Snickers, that's actually really good. For me, it's like, meh. I love the ice cream bit, but all the Snickers bit around it, it's not a bit of me. As we've already tried the M&M cookies, I'm not going to try them again because they were really tasty. But we're going to finish this now and then head back to the hotel. The food was quite expensive and it cost us $22, which is around £17. So we're looking forward to getting back to Thailand and the food being a lot cheaper. We also stopped off on the way back and got some Oreos and crisps. So it's just some plain standard ready salted crisps. And that cost us, I think it was $2.70, which is around £2 too. So we'll add that onto our total, and they're basically snacks for the bus ride tomorrow back to Bangkok. However, it is now time to get ready for the hot air balloon ride. So it cost us $125 each. So it's the most expensive activity which we have done so far, but we only want to do it once, the hot air balloons, and we've decided to do it here. With the card charge though, it does come to $127.50, and our budget of the day is usually £120 for the both of us. So just one of us is blowing the budget on just doing this activity, which is crazy. But now we're going to get ready. We want to look a little bit nicer as we want to get some good photos whilst we're up there in the hot air balloon, especially as it's the first time doing it. And then once we're ready, we'll be getting a tuk-tuk over to the location. So it's about a 40-minute drive to get here, but now we have arrived at the hot air balloon. So it's going to take them about 15 minutes more to set up, and then hopefully we'll be going up over the temple and seeing the sun set. It's quite funny really, because we're actually seeing loads of kids over there playing with the balloons, so I hope they don't break it, because otherwise we're not going to get very far. So it looks like they're now blowing up the balloon. So they're pumping air into it first, and then I guess the heat after will keep it afloat. Now it's big enough they can start to blow it up with the flame too, but it is so loud here right now. So we're now on the balloon and we should be taking off very shortly. Oh, we're moving. And we are off. Come on. It's so peaceful. Look at a cow watching down there. Look at the cow down there. It's like, what is going on? Oh wow. I don't think it was peaceful. There's a couple of kids down here which are running with the balloon, which is quite funny. They keep turning around and shouting hello. We are now a lot higher up, so it is not for the faint-hearted. Just come back down to a low level again. All the locals waving at us again. And then there's a temple just in the background, which is the local temple of the village. Oh, look, there we go. Hello. Hello. Makes you feel like celebrities being up here. Now, hold on like this, I think. I don't know what's going to happen, whether we're going to tip over or not, I don't know. Oh, actually, I think it might just be quite soft. Oh my god. Oh, there we go. After 25 minutes, we have landed. And down comes the balloon. An incredible experience, definitely recommend doing it. It did go really quickly though, so it doesn't feel like 25 minutes at all, it feels like 5 minutes, and it is very hot, so don't think, oh, I need a jumper or a coat, because it is boiling. My back is dripping with sweat right now, and so are my pits, but the second balloon's just coming down in the background too, but it is beautiful to just see over the top of Cambodia, see the temples, and then see the sun setting in the background too. We've got some great photos too, and you also get a free photographer who comes and takes the photos whilst you're on the ground, and then whilst you're just about to take off. He didn't actually get on the hot air balloon with you, so you don't get any while you're up there. So we've now got to make our way back over this field where we've just landed to the minivan which picked us up, and then that is going to take us back to the hotel. So overall, a really good experience. Quite expensive, $125 for the time that you're up, but compared to most hot air balloons you paid for it in the UK and stuff, it would be just as expensive, if not a lot more. We've just been dropped off outside the old market and are now heading our way down this cool looking little street here to the Welsh Bar. So we had to go to the Welsh Bar because Beth is Welsh. So one more thing to add to our balloon ride is that we got an Anchor hot air balloon souvenir, which is a cap. Not the most fashionable, and I am going to have to carry this around till the end of the trip because I'm a hoarder, don't like getting rid of things. But there we go, very, very nice. But we are now sat here in the Welsh Bar, and we've got our drinks. So I've got myself a beer, which is the Gansberg beer, and Beth's got herself an apple cider. So both looking very nice, both Cambodian too. But now it's time to give it a try, so cheers everybody. That's in the background laughing. Obviously not doing very well with the Welsh accent, am I? But we're going to sit here and enjoy one beer and a drink, and then we'll head over to the restaurant later on. And we have finished our drinks, and it only came to $3, and that was just for Beth's cider, because basically with the hotel there was like a leaflet, and if you took the leaflet you got a free beer here at the Welsh Bar, so that was perfect for me really, because mine was completely free. But we're now going to head over to the new Leaf Eatery, which is where we're going for food tonight. So we're hoping for some tasty food, as it is our last night here in Cambodia, so we'll have to get some Kerma food too. And we're now here in the restaurant for our final meal here in Cambodia, which is quite sad actually because we've really enjoyed it. But Beth will show you around the restaurant now. It's quite sustainable sort of theme. There's quite a lot of vegan options too for Beth, which is probably why she chose to come here, but it is a really nice restaurant to end our time here in Cambodia. And it's got this cool little like present things here, but all it is inside is a napkin. So not quite as good a present as what we'd hoped for. But on the way here, Beth actually got rid of her anchor hat, gave it to a little kid, and he loved it. He had it straight on. There's basically like kids that sort of walk around and ask for like a little bit of money and stuff. So he basically asked Beth if she had any money, and she's like, oh no, you know what, you can have this cap. So he was very pleased with that. But we have ordered our final Cambodia beer, which I'm going to miss because it's quite a nice one, but hopefully when we get back to Thailand, they'll have some nice ones again. And Beth has got herself a Somersby cider, which she's happy with, and it's the cheapest one yet, so that is pretty good. Well, I've actually heard with these cans that when you open them up, on the sort of the seal, there's sometimes a win. You can sometimes like win a prize, so we'll see whether they still do it. I might be completely wrong on what I've just said, but let's have a look. So I'm pretty sure you peel this up and off, and then it says something on here. And it's not in English, so I've got no idea whether I've won or not. It's that. But I'm guessing that if you did win, it'd probably have like a win or something or £1, so I'm guessing that's nothing. Or they might not do it anymore. I don't really know, to be honest. Didn't really focus there. But let's tip this into our glass. The glass, when it came out, has got like full of ice. I don't know whether you can see that here. Oh, there we go, look. This is how iced the glass is. You've got ice falling off, so that's pretty good. But here we go, let's have our last Cambodia beer for the trip. Let's take a little sip now and I'll tip the rest out later. So cheers! For food, we have gone for two completely different things. So Beth's gone for the Mexican chili, which looks really tasty. So of course it comes with like nachos and a couple of the dips too. And then I've got myself a kurma curry, a great way to end our time here in Cambodia. But it comes with meatballs as well, so I'm hoping this might actually be quite nice. We'll have a meatball with the sauce, because the sauce is always the best bit. It's good, it's just so flavoursome, the curries in all of the Asian countries, so you've got to try them if you ever come out. And that is going to be it for Siem Reap and Cambodia. So we made our way back to the hotel. We've got a bus in the morning, which is at 9 AM, so that's going to be taking us over the border into Thailand and into Bangkok. We'll be spending a couple of nights there. So we've had a really great time here. Definitely recommend coming to Cambodia on your travels, and hopefully Thailand will be just as good in the south. But if you did enjoy, do make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you want to see some more of these vlogs, trying to get them out as often as possible. And I'll see you all in the next one.